Good morning, ESA, and welcome to DreamWorks Dragon's Dawn of New Riders. I'm MoD366, or just Mod for short, and the category here is any percent VSync off. So let's check. Yes, VSync is off. Why that category name? There's 5 skips that I can only do with VSync being turned off, and so yeah, that's why we called the category that. It is that simple. Anyway. Time starts after the first loading screen, so let's get into this. So basically after, this rotates a bit and time starts now. So, in this run, we see Hiccup and Toothless of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, that was later renamed to just Dragons, and that's why the game is called Dragons. It doesn't really matter. So those two were just flying around and saw, hey, this camp is pretty much destroyed, and that's weird. And there's this weird dude and this dragon egg. What are they doing here? Well, the weird dude doesn't know either because he has lost his memories. And he doesn't even know his name. So in best DreamWorks Dragons fashion, he'll be named after basically what he's doing, and he's scribbling into his books, so he's called Scribbler. And yes, he will be called Scribbler from now on. Don't ask me, the protagonist of the movie is called Hiccup. What do you want? So, however, this Scribbler dude seems to be trustworthy, so Hiccup is like, yeah, I'm gonna check out what's happening here. Could you have an eye on on the dragon egg and make sure that no hunters will steal it? Oh, well, so much about that. However, he did show us 2 chests. One with an axe, one with a buckler, and we will get those so we have a bit of weaponry to defend ourselves with. So, an axe and a buckler. We will never use the buckler, but we cannot get away from here without taking it. So, that's what we do. Now, this movement tech is something I found, and I'm really proud about that, that I contributed something to this run. Basically, when you dodge roll and you hold down the key for the dodge roll, then you, then you dash. And when you dash, you can do a dash attack. However, a dash attack has a very large ending lag, so you don't really want to use it. However, I found out that if you just dodge roll again before the dash attack finishes, then you have the lunge animation of the dash attack, but not the attack, and not the attack itself, and not the ending lag. So that's the fastest movement that we have. Unfortunately, you can't control it that well. So yeah, at sometimes, come on, where's the? There it is. Here we are walking around a fight trigger that will lift this gate and make us unable to continue. Okay, I was too slow for that chest. The enemy was too close and I couldn't open the chest anymore. So I need to get my safety potion at a different place, but that's not a problem at all. Usually I shouldn't need a safety potion. On my last practice run just now, I needed it, so I'm definitely gonna take a safety potion, because if I don't, then I can welcome you to not a speedrun but to a let's play, and we don't want that here.
We only want speedruns.
We only want speedruns, right. So we just saw those hunters dropping a cage on us. I have no clue where that cage came from, but fortunately the dragon egg hatched in a huge explosion of ice, and that destroyed the cage, and yeah, now Hiccup and Toothless are back. And they're like, hey, the dragon hatched. I've never seen that kind of dragon, but I know several parts of that dragon. So that's part of this dragon, that's part of that dragon. This is a patchwork of different dragons. I know, we'll call him Patch. as I said, don't ask me. It's, you know, it's how they do this. So here, this is how you train your dragon, right? You hold your hand, they touch you, and then they're your dragon. So yeah, if you only came to learn how to train your dragon, that's it. You can, you know,
It's so simple.
you can turn off now. But yeah. So first well, not the first real cutscene because that was right at the start. Anyway, Hiccup is telling us a bit about whatever, and here we get Terra Mail. Terra Mail is nice because when we switch characters after we get a Terra Mail in a cutscene, we can move the character within the cutscene, which we are not supposed to be able to do. But now we can position ourselves around the place where we need to go next, and you know, just map transition during the cutscene. Did I do it correctly? No, I didn't. Okay, whatever. But we were closer to the map transition anyway, so you know, that's fine. Now that we have two characters that we can control, we can do one of the biggest tricks in the entire run, which is trigger skips. So basically, any trigger that triggers a cutscene or an event or whatever needs the character that you control to touch it. However, if we roll over that trigger and while we touch the trigger we have switched to the other character, then the character we control never touched the trigger, so whatever should be shown there is never shown. And that's pretty great. So whenever you see the camera pan weirdly, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I need to get you over here. Come on. Thank you. I'm not very comfortable with skipping that specific trigger as patch, so I spent some time and rather did it as a scribbler. Here we just shoot a bit of our ice and, you know, create walkways of ice over the water. And well, we have an axe. With an axe you can fell trees, so that's what we do to create some bridges. Now, the first real important trigger skip is right here, because if I don't get this, we need to talk to Astrid. And I love Astrid in the movies. One of the best characters ever. In the game, she talks too much. So, if I hadn't skipped that trigger, we would lose 45 seconds. Just because of Astrid talking to us. And yeah, that's not the best. At least in a speedrun, you know. No, we don't want that. So anyway, here Scribbler is talking to Patch for some reason because Patch can't answer. So yeah, it's like people talking to their dogs. I do that myself, but I know they can't answer. But yeah, it's basically that. So okay, yada yada. We create some more ice for Scribbler to go over. And then we dash attack cancel our way over these bridges, because as I said, that's the fastest movement. Come on. We ignore basically all enemies. Here we wait for about a second, because after you enter a map, you can only switch characters after about a second. And there's a fight trigger right at the start of that map. And here we upwarp. Have you seen that? Basically, whenever you switch characters in certain positions, the character that you controlled earlier moves up or down a level on the map, because I don't know. Maybe the game doesn't track the height coordinate pretty well or something. I don't know. Don't ask me, it's early in the morning. What do I know? Oh, come on. Don't be like that, thank you. So yeah, this game is really well programmed, as you might already have guessed, sometimes when you run and you try to do a dash attack, you attack but you don't dash before that. So then the lunge is missing, and that's bad. So, you know, and when that happens, you have to stop dashing, and then you can, then when you dash again, then you can do whatever you want. Anyway, we are in front of the first ruins of the game. The game is built out of 3 islands with a ruin on each of them. Or, well, 3 main islands, and each of the main islands has a ruin. And, yeah, we, you know, we traverse the island, we go into the ruin. In the ruin, we fight a boss, and that's it, basically. So that's the basic gist of the game. Okay, yeah, at the start here, Astrid is talking a bit. I couldn't skip that, so we need to let her talk. Basically, she's saying is, hey, there's a dragon here that's doing weird stuff, and we don't know why. And I missed skipping that trigger, but that's fine. That's absolutely okay. Sometimes that can happen. We're not yet at Let's Play level, so that's absolutely okay. Anyway. What we can also do in this game. Yeah, so first here's another trigger that we want to skip. Now we wait for Patch to be in front of that door, and we walk through the door while the animation for the other door opening plays. And oh, come on. What? I hit that. I hit that. Come on, again. Thank you. And then we just don't have to wait for the animation to play out before we can move on to the other map. So, yeah, that's fine. This is hopefully the only fight against hunters that we will ever do in this game. So, 1 charge attack and 3 normal attacks, and they're defeated. And we get our second weapon, and the weapon that we will have equipped for the rest of the game. What I did here is, in the top right of the screen, you can see on the Y button, or for me on a PlayStation controller, it's a triangle, this drum or whatever it is supposed to be, that teleports you back to the start of the dungeon. Come on, up warp, please. Thank you. Yeah, I did that right after equipping the hammer when there was supposed to be some dialogue. Come on, can we up? Whatever. Let's just walk. But we don't warp. So, yeah, so we got the hammer. There were some text boxes that the game wanted to play, but I already warped to the start because I was quick, of course, I'm a speedrunner. Yeah, so the game couldn't quite handle that. The game also can't quite handle that I can squeeze in between these rocks that I'm not supposed to and completely break this puzzle. But hey, that's what we do. So yeah, that's why, you know, earlier the camera panned to a black screen, basically. Here we had a choice. Do we go right or left? Right is the slightly quicker path. Well, it's the path where no enemies are in the way as much. And here we are meeting the 3 question marks. I'm gonna spoil the name. She's named Ayer. She's the main antagonist of the game. And what she does, or what she has done, is she's developed a serum, a poison, whatever, with which she can control dragons. And well, we don't like that. You know, we like dragons, and we like for dragons to do whatever they want. So yeah, we wanna stop her. basically. So here we take this potion now. It's a bigger potion, so you know, everything has a good side. So yeah, you see that green vial on the back of that dragon's neck. That's whatever serum or whatever it is Air has concocted, and that lets her control the dragon, makes the dragon evil and angry and whatever. And we want to destroy that vial, and we do that by making this dragon run into this stone pillar. Then Air comes and throws some bombs, some elemental bombs. That's her main weapon, apart from her staff. Come on. Ouch. That was mean. Okay, and now let's see if I can get a face skip. So we position ourselves at the button. And once this dragon flies off, we step onto the button and we go here. Yes, nice. And now when he comes down, he instantly hits that pillar, and the next stage of fighting Air begins, which is way faster than having to wait. And I should have moved Patch off of that button earlier, because I don't think I can skip the next one now. No, not with this positioning, unfortunately. Oh yeah, since I skipped that text box the first time, it's playing now. Anyway, we had one skip in here, which is what I usually get. Sometimes I get both, but you know, it's not that important anymore. Oh, come on. So, as you might see, the hammer is really slow for attacking compared to the attack speed of the axe, but it does way more damage. And yeah, we couldn't hope to do that much damage to Air any other way. So yeah, that was the first boss fight, and I think we got a donation. So Melville, let's hear it.
We do indeed. And you may have to explain to the people what this one means, because I think you know what this is going to be. We have a $25 donation from Sphere that goes towards our Pokemon Sapphire Sky Pillar race. With a message, and I'm going to have to try and do this as best as I can. Do a barrel roll!
Oh, someone, you know, someone might have heard what I said earlier, which I haven't announced yet during this run on stream. So, in this game, we can do barrel rolls. First up, we just saw Patch grow bigger, you know, and apparently when dragons grow up and grow bigger, they also spawn a saddle on their back. And since we got a Terra Mail, I can move my characters, and yeah, this is gonna look real funny when they fly away. Anyway, so the barrel roll. Yeah, we can do a barrel roll now that we can fly, and for any $25 donation that goes towards the Sky Pillar race specifically, I will do a barrel roll, and I will tell you when there's no longer a possibility to do barrel rolls. So here you go, one barrel roll.
All right, let's get donations then. Let's do some barrel rolls.
Exactly. So we land at the campground in Havenholm, where we will now talk to people and consider what should we do next. Because now we know about Ayer and stuff, but we have no clue who she is, where she's from, and yeah. But apparently Ayer knows Patch. That was clear from the last conversation. But yeah, that's the only thing we know, and we don't even know what Patch is exactly, or where he came from. But yeah, so Hiccup is basically telling us, hey, so one part of the dragon that that patch is made of is from a cold region. So why not fly to a cold region and check that out? And we're like, yeah, okay. Also, there was a terror mail, so you know, I can just move around a bit. Can I still get it? Yes. Here, this is a very minor skip. I flew off before the text box arrived that tells me that I can now fly off, which is why those text boxes now appear in the sky, where a different text box should appear. That other text box will be there when we get back. But it's still a minor time save of seconds. So yeah, that's that. And now we fly to Valkis Mountain. We see those ice spikes in the back. That's our next goal. And I do have to say, I love the soundtrack of this game. The background music is so nice and soothing.
Just what we need for this time in the morning.
Exactly. I just hope I don't fall asleep without soothing it.
I hope so too.
Anyway, now we're on Valkas Mountain. And Astrid is waiting for us. So let's not talk to her because she talks too much. Again, come on, really? Need to? Okay. Dang it. Missed skipping that trigger, but whatever. Now that Patch grew up, he also has electric powers, not just ice. And also now, Patch can do a proper dash attack. So we can dash attack cancel as Patch as well. It's never mentioned in the game that Patch can do that, but he can, so we use it. So here we have a fight trigger. Oh, come on, really? Scribbler, please. Oh, what? Oh, right. Yeah. I was being stupid. Okay. So, if we happen to walk into a fight trigger, then we can just reset the whole thing by moving back to the previous map. And then we don't need to skip the trigger anymore because every fight trigger can only be triggered once. So yeah, you never have to fight really. Here we just walk a little bit out of bounds and over the barrier because we can, and the game is... I don't know what they thought when programming this. Maybe they thought, hey, this is Dragons, nobody above the age of 9 will ever play this game. But we do. We do indeed, and you know, we like breaking stuff that's not programmed properly. And yeah, I'm gonna break this. So this is a fight that we might have to do. Depending on... Oh, I got the skip. Nice. I could not reset this if I had accidentally triggered that fight. And the barrier would go up. Nice. Instantly rolled out of bounds here. Up warp and into the transition to the next map. This fight triggers automatically. We are basically put onto the fight trigger, but yeah, that barrier is not placed very well, so we can just walk around it. And then we go over here, up warp onto that bridge, and we are through this map. Did I mention that this game is broken a bit? If not, this game is a bit broken. And, you know, some areas are not as well programmed as they should be. But that's fine. We can use that. And when we use that, especially in VSync off, because now we get to the first VSync off skip, which basically just keeps us from running around and hitting a statue and, you know, having some more stuff played here. But what we can do is we position Patch here, we go over here and Patch is through this barrier. And we do that again over here, which is a bit harder, but yeah, it works. And now, here should be a bridge. But since the cutscene to raise that bridge never plays, we are walking on air. Well-programmed game. Really well-programmed game. Come on, get through there, thank you. Yeah, so basically, you can roll a bit out of bounds in so many places, and when you can often just upwarp to where you need to be, which is what we did there, and skipped a bit of a, well, puzzle or something. And here we can do the same. Nice first try on both. The second one is a bit harder to get. There is a fight trigger that we skip, so that this barrier doesn't go up. This is basically pacifist route.
It's too early in the morning for that anyway, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants to fight at like 6 a.m.? So here we... Oh, I need to be on electric, of course. So here we just send in this corner, turn around a bit, shoot a bit of electric stuff, and the magnets do the rest. Position those statues properly, and when we now hit this statue, then those hammer dudes just trigger this bridge to appear. This is the only region where we have no skip whatsoever to a puzzle. And we would love to have one, so if any of you owns this game and you know how to skip that area, please tell us. Now here, as we transition, we hold the left analog stick hard left and just shoot that electric statue on the intro cutscene of this area. Then we can just... Whoop, didn't want to switch characters there. Then we just walk off that edge and hit an electric statue that's still in that mountain that we would usually have to raise up to hit. But, you know, if the statue won't come to you, you come to the statue. Basically. Yeah, skipped another trigger there, and now we are now in front of the second ruins. Also, hey Steve in chat, one of the other runners of this game, and yeah, that's also one of my favorite skips. It's just so hilarious. And it is so easy to do. You literally just walk off there. Nothing fancy about that. There's just, yeah, no collision where collision should be.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah. Okay, we see a bit of the ruins. And also something I need to mention. In the HUD on the upper right, on the Y button, you now see a dragon, where now there is this... Come on, okay. This drum or whatever it is. If that button shows a dragon and you hold that button, then you will not teleport to the entrance room of the dungeon because you're already in the entrance room. You will instead leave the dungeon, so do not do that. Now here, we don't want to push that button to make our way here. We just walk, you know, past that gate. Let ourselves be pushed into the water because then we spawn right in front of the door that we need to go through anyway. Now here we are a bit on a timer, so let's see. No! Ah, dang it! For some reason I did not hit the angle correctly, but that's fine. Been a while since I missed that, but hey, it happens. And now block pushing puzzles on ice. Who remembers those from other games of our childhood? Pokemon, hello.
Ocarina of Time, hello.
Ocarina of Time, hello, yeah. All the good games. Oh yeah, I need to hit this. So here we go through that door to teleport back to the entrance room because we were in the entrance room and I couldn't do that earlier. Now we go to the left side because, yeah, the right side is prepared for later. Nothing to do right now. We push that ice block, go through the door, just so we don't need to watch all that. We go through this door, shoot lightning, go back because that's all we need to do there. And then we go onto this button to make a bridge appear. And we just leave this area. Switch back to patch. Go up here. Shoot another electro statue. Teleport back to the start. Go back here. And now we can go through this door. Where now these spike gates are no longer in our way, so we can just pass over those. That's what we hit the electric statues for. Then we go up here, turn around, and wow, first try, nice. Hitting precise angles on this game is so hard. It's amazingly hard. So yeah, getting that first try is pretty pog. Anyway, more ice block pushing shenanigans. Not really hard. You just do something like this, roll upwards twice towards that door, because that opens now. Hello, door. Thank you for letting me through. Warp back to the start. And now we're on the right side. Hitting the other ice block. Wonderful, and that opens up the way to the boss. There's a cutscene trigger, a short one, but still annoying. And in front of each boss room, we will meet Astrid, because Astrid is our local potions dealer in this game. And since she sells healing potions, well, for materials, but we can get healing potions from her, she will also heal us to full in front of each boss, which is kind of nice. Here we have a Stormcutter and Ayer, and this fight was quite a bit of trouble for my good friend Steve in the past, until I literally drew onto a screenshot of this map in Paint how he needed to position himself for the safe zones. It's yeah,
The techniques of the pros.
it's so this boss fight is basically free. I still want to have this safety potion here, because if I do get hit, the damage is really high. But first phase, we just run up here, back and forth. Once he shoots, we run down, he cannot hit us. It's literally impossible for him to hit us if we run down at the proper time, you know. If we dawdle, yeah, then he'll hit us, but yeah. Then we hide behind the statue, because now he goes from right to left. And yeah, that statue blocks his fire. Nice. Then we position ourselves here and shoot. Okay, first hit on the Stormcutter. Now we get to fight Ayer. And turns out, Patch's dash attacks that the game never tells you he has are really freaking strong. So here, yeah. Here we have some icicles dropping from the sky. In 98% of the cases, you'll have two icicles that build a wall together that you can literally stand behind and you will never get hit. You just need to remember, he starts on the right, then the left, then the right again. Oh, here we even got a wall of 3. So yeah, no chance for that fire to hit us. We position ourselves again. And next hit. Now we switch back to ice, position ourselves about here, and charge an attack. Because a charged ice attack can hit multiple times, and 2 of those make short process with air in this phase. And now the one that I needed to paint for. So, the Stormcutter can appear in 3 different spots. Down here, around here in the middle, and on top. If he appears on the lower corner, then you just go high, and you have a really, really large area that he will not, that his fire will not reach. If he is on the top, you just stand in this corner here, and he will not reach you. If he's in the middle, you also stand here, but it's a really tight fit, so he might hit you then. But yeah, when I verbally explained that, my wording must have been really bad because Steve just didn't get it, and I needed to literally paint it for him.
I don't know if you noticed the chat, but he has responded by saying, "I still have that picture saved, by the way."
Nice. Yeah, it's a really bad paint picture, but it got the point across. So here we just stand in this top row behind the statue, and we can never get hit. So yeah, as I said, this boss is free. Still, air could do some damage if you're not if you're not careful enough, or if your timing of the dash attacks is not good enough. So I really do like having that safety potion. And that's not just marathon safety. Whenever I do a run of this game, I'll take that potion. Because, yeah, air hit me twice and I'm on a third of my health. So, not good. Anyway, that's the second boss. Yay! We talk a bit more with Ayer. She does mention a bit about Patch aging that quickly, and insinuating, yeah, hey, you do know that if he ages quickly, he will also die quickly, right? Because organisms die of old age. And Scribbler's like, oh god. Oh god, yeah, she's right. Oh no, that's bad. And yeah, we just saw Patch growing up even more, and now learning a fire attack as well. But he's pretty old now. Let's just hope we find a cure for whatever it is that afflicts him, so he won't die, right? Yeah, that's what we'll do next. That's what we'll do next. But first, we of course need to fly home, and again, any $25 donation towards the Sky Pillar race of Pokemon Sapphire will let me do a barrel roll. We have 2 more flight sessions where we can do barrel rolls. Both of them are in the next 5 minutes. So, you have, not that much more time.
You heard the man. Next few minutes, next 5 minutes or so, get your donations in. Just to be clear, there are 2 incentives for Pokemon Sapphire that you can donate to, but only donating to the Sky Pillar Race incentive will get you that barrel roll.
Exactly, because that's the one that I personally really want to see.
You heard him. You know what to do.
That's basically my runner's choice. And yeah, here is the text box that I was talking about that should have appeared way earlier, but that we just glitched out of existence, and therefore it appears now. That text box also positions us in a way that as soon as the text box is gone, we can land, which is kinda nice. Okay, so next talk with the group. What are we doing? And I'm not sure where the idea comes from now, but next we go to Bloodbriar. And since we got a Terramail, I can move around. Steve likes to just move off screen somewhere. I like to be a menace to society. You know, to each their own. And since I'm button mashing anyway for the dialogue, I can also just use the same movement to button mash attacks. Yep. Okay, so off we go to Bloodbriar. Visually, my favorite island. Because it's got these nice autumn colors or fall colors for those in the States. As we can see in front of us, well, we could see in front of us before that short dialogue appeared. So visually really, really beautiful, this cloud. I mean this island. Oh, is that a barrel roll? Because
$25 from Anonymous.
Okay.
Yes, please. This game looks super cute, by the way. Pokemon Sapphire Sky Pillar Race.
wonderful. Oh no, was that a second?
$25 from Sheena. That just,
Dang it, that was a bit too late.
but it is for the Deus Ex Invisible War Tuesday ending, not Sky Pillar Race.
Okay.
So you've got one barrel roll.
Yeah, and I did that. So yeah, no more barrel rolls, unfortunately. But thank you very much for those who donated towards that. I skipped talking to Astrid once more here, because again, Astrid unfortunately talks a bit too much. But yeah, here we see some, some vines that we can just burn down, and then we need to run through here as Scribbler specifically, because we need to cut down a tree over here. Nice. So this brown mist or fog or whatever you want to call it, the game claims it's poisonous to humans. You can just walk through it. So what the game wants us to do is, shoot it with fire and then it disappears. But yeah, you don't have to do that. Just ignore it. It's just obstructing your view a bit. But yeah, if you know where to go, just ignore that. Anyway, now here we have some buttons that I want to skip. There's one a bit hidden, and in the middle of this bridge is a battle trigger, and that's the most costly battle trigger if you miss it, because you have to run all the way back to the start and do all of that again. So here is a forced battle again. We land right on the battle trigger as we transition, so we just go back, enter here again, and yeah, they still attack us, but this barrier to exit is gone, so let's just go. Here we have another battle trigger at the end of those small steps. I usually forget that it's at the end of the steps and not at the start and trigger this fight. Luckily, despite me being really tired, I remembered. I just can't believe it, but yeah. And this is the useless map. There's nothing here. No fight, no people to talk to, no chests or something. The only thing that's here is some plants that you could, in theory, destroy for potion ingredients. But yeah. So here's the most annoying skip in this game. We can just roll down here as Patch, freeze all that, then roll down as Scribbler, and switch characters before Scribbler hits the ice, because otherwise he will just void out and you have to repeat the process. And here we push Patch into the iron blocks. Come on, get pushed properly. Yeah, and once he falls down, we up warp and we're through. That saves us Ah, dang it. Dang it, that was one step too far. Triggered a battle that I think I never triggered that battle. So yeah, here you go, your that never happened before moment. I said the thing. But yeah, so everything easy peasy, nothing of real importance here. Oh, come on, really? I was too close to the water. Okay, whatever. Skip that button by just, you know, walking past it. Here we... no. Not down here, but up here. Whoops. Didn't want to fall into that hole. Thank you. Then we switch over to Scribbler to cut down that tree. Switch to electric to shoot that, and we can just drop down to where we need to go anyway. And we're at the next area. Yay. Here we see Astrid and could buy some potions if we were so inclined, but we don't need them, so whatever. And now to the battle skip that I usually forget where it is, but it's right here. And we can just run past all of these guys. Amazing. Okay, here we're shown where we need to go, and there's 3 metal blocks in there. And 3 metal blocks is a bit too much to push a character through. 1, however, I mean, not so much, you know? So, let's just hit this statue to make one of those metal blocks disappear. Then we go all the way to the other side of this little lake. Let's just call it a pond because it's really small. We hit this electric statue that makes the second metal block disappear. And then we just real casually position ourselves here and come on, push through. Thank you. And now we are in the maze. And this maze usually takes quite a bit of back and forth. I did it once the intended way, but now we just up warp here, go around down here, down warp here, and we're through. Go around here, up here, done. Easy maze. Easy maze. Now hit those 2 statues. Then over here we want to skip battle trigger right there. Switch to ice. Freeze our way over here. There's a cutscene. There's a cutscene, and go into the ruins. Whew! I usually forget the second cutscene that is happening there. So really happy that I remembered that trigger. So in this dungeon we have hot rocks or hot boulders. That Scribbler cannot push with his hammer unless we cool them off with Patch's ice. So yeah, that's what we do here. And there we saw a glimpse of the boss of this dungeon. Skipping talking to Astrid a final time, and off we go. Skipping another dialogue trigger here. Dang it. I mean, I couldn't have pushed it all the way anyway. Come on. Thank you. But I mean, normally you can get one push there. So we lower those spikes, we hit that lever, and after going through this door, we have like a second we need to wait, because in the middle of those steps is another fight trigger that we need to skip. And then we position ourselves a bit and hit that lever in a way that it's not intended to be hit at all. Anyway, we go through the door, cool off that boulder, push it down, and then we walk back to the entrance. Come on, thank you. And now comes the biggest skip that we can only do with VSync off. So, we position Hatch here in this corner. We push him back through that transition. Okay, I hit the transition, fortunately. That's been a while since that happened. But it did happen before, so, you know. What? Why? Why, game? That's exactly what I did earlier in my practice. No, wrong direction, Patch. I need you to go to the right. Come on, yeah. Now we go down here, up warp onto the lower stairs, and now we are one floor lower than we were before. Then we run through here, trigger a battle from a position where we are not supposed to trigger the battle from. That's why we are not in the battle arena. And then we roll over the barrier. Again, we roll over the barrier onto the other side here. Yes, come on, we up warp here. And we skipped another huge amount of this game. Well, of these runes at least. So here we see the boss once more. Hello, Gorgutter. How you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Okay, we are almost to the boss of these ruins. We down warp onto this area here. Ignore those arrows flying towards us. Okay, wonderful.
Someone in chat has asked, how much time do you save with that skip?
Oh god, 5-ish minutes? Or something? It's been a while since I timed that, so I can't say for sure, but it must be somewhere around there.
A big chunk of time, safe to say.
It is a big chunk of time, yeah. So, here we have the final dragon that we need to fight, and we see 3 vials of potion. So what the game wants us to do. We see this boulder here and those 4 buttons. What the game wants us to do is push that boulder to the all the way to the outside. One of the 2. Doesn't matter. Then go towards one of the legs, destroy the vial, come back, push the boulder to the other side, do the same thing with the other leg. Then push the boulder to one of the middle buttons, run up to the side, hit an electric statue in the back, come back, do the same on the other side. And then you can hit the vial on the head, and when that is destroyed, the battle is over. Yeah, we're not doing that. That takes way too long. What we do instead is we push that that boulder here, position ourselves about here. I think the angle might be good. Let's see. As I said, angles in this game are a bit weird, but yeah. If we shoot from here, we cannot be hit. And if we shoot from here each time, the gore gutter... oh, what? What destroyed my angle there? So each time the gore gutter attacks to the side, we can then hit him in the head up to 2 times. We hit him 10 times, the vial on the head breaks, and that's the trigger for the game to know this fight is over. So basically, we completely cheese it.
It definitely seems a lot simpler than a list of things you have to do very early on.
Yeah. Come on. The timing to get 2 hits per round is really hard. It's a really tight timing. Okay, that was 2, and he's attacking to the side again. Nice. Yeah, as Steve says, longest boss into the shortest. Absolutely. And since we never destroyed the chains holding down his neck, yeah, him flying off looks a bit weird. But hey, I don't care. So now we have one last fight against Ayer, because as you might have noticed, we did not have any Ayer fights in that boss fight, or any Ayer phases in that boss fight. So, you know, let's do that now. And this is now the final boss of the game. So as you can see, Ayer is standing all the way over there where we can't reach her. She will throw some of her elemental bombs at us. She does that a few times, then comes over, tries to melee us. That's when we hit her. That whole thing repeats 3 times, and then this fight is done. That's the short of it. But you can also see there's boulders falling from the ceiling. We do not want to get hit by them. For one, they hurt. Not as much as her attacks, mind you, which is quite funny. But yeah, they hurt, they stun you, and it's just, you know, it's a bit of an annoyance. But what I usually do is just run around in circles around the center of this arena. Look out for the shadows of the falling boulders, and then we're good. Ayer comes, gets completely mauled by dash attacks. And then we repeat that. But yeah, so Ayer's attacks do somewhere between 3/4 and a bit over 1 heart, if I remember correctly. Getting hit by one of those falling boulders, 1/4 of a heart. Absolutely ridiculous that deals so little damage. Oh yeah, Scribbler was just hit, so yeah, as you can see, Scribbler is missing 1/4 of a heart. Absolutely ridiculous how little damage that does. The fun thing is, Ayer can get hit by those boulders as well, and she will also get stunned by them. So, that's nice, I guess. Okay, so, that was the final boss. We now just have to fly back, have some dialogue, and that's the game. And from now, it's about 5-ish minutes. So yeah, but as you can see, we're not flying that fast anymore. Which is also why we can't do any barrel rolls, because, you know, Patch is a really old dragon now. Because we did not find a cure for his fast aging. So, yeah, that's a bit bad, right? So, yeah, Patch is pretty tired and weak due to his age. Which is kind of bad. The good thing is, during the dialogue, a lot of the way back towards Havenholm is skipped, so we don't have to fly in this slow speed all that long. But oh yeah, he's just tired. As I said, he's tired, he's weak. But it's fine. It's fine. He's okay. He's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. And I can prove it. I can prove that everything is good. Just give me a second. So, we are back at the Havenholm campground, where we will just talk to the people about, well, basically about the fact that we found nothing. And while we're talking, Patch is getting really tired, as in really, really tired, and he just really needs to nap. So, yeah, he can barely stay awake. Big yawn, and he just goes to sleep. And I know that he's just sleeping because we get a Terramare, and you know what a Terramare means, right? There he is. Standing, walking, all good. No problem. I mean, yeah, that's a glitch, so, yeah, unfortunately, he's, he doesn't need to rest a little longer, and, well, we're all really sad because apparently we don't think that he will, wake up from that rest. But what's this? He's an egg again. And yeah, so basically, what the group now gathers is that Scribbler must have flown away on Patch from wherever he rescued Patch from. While they were flying in the air, Patch transformed back into an egg. That's why we found the egg with Scribbler, and Scribbler has lost his memory because he just fell out of the sky. And yeah, Patch is back. I mean, he looks a bit different. His color scheme is a bit different. But I mean, we know that from beat 'em up games, right? An enemy different color set means it's stronger. It's stronger than the one we knew. So this is just a stronger Patch. So it's all good. So yeah, now the camera will now pan twice, and after panning the second time, the credits will roll, and that's when time will be. So, all in all, I'm really happy with this run, if I'm being honest. So time's coming up, and time. 101:30. Wow, that's a minute faster than both of my practice runs that I did here. And yes, I only did 2 practice runs while here because I was like, after my first practice run, I'm like, oh, 1 hour 2 minutes something. My estimate is 1 hour 10. Yeah, fine. No need to practice anymore. And then I was like, yeah, but I'm almost falling asleep here waiting for my run. So I just did one more practice run. Which was also a 102 something, so yeah. It's good, it's good. These credits are long, so let's not wade through them. If you like the game, it is on Steam, it is on PS3, because yes, it is that old. You can get it for Xbox. I don't think it's on Switch, but don't quote me on that. It's fun. If you want to join the Discord, you'll find a link on the speedrun.com page. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, ESA, for having me. Even though I don't quite agree with the time slot, but hey, what do you do? And also thanks to Steve TV Online, who showed me this game. I'm only running this game because of him, and we had quite a bit of back and forth with the world record on this game. Unfortunately, his current PB is still about a minute faster than mine, so yeah, I haven't grinded as much in the past years. Maybe I'll pick it back up. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's it from me. So you'll hear me doing fundraising stuff later this week anyway, so yeah, but you won't see. Will you see me? Maybe back there at the intermission desk, yeah. But yeah, that's it from me as a runner.
Well, let's just, before we quickly transition over, let's just read this one donation that we just got from Rebecca Celeste, which just says, "Good morning, less than 3, which is going towards our Deus Ex Invisible War Tuesday ending Illuminati and Pokemon Sapphire Glitch Trainer Battle." I'll read that out before we go.
Wait, if they say good morning, can I do one more good morning Vietnam reference?
Go ahead.
Good morning, ESA! And with that, I'm off. Bye-bye.